Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we are diving into something very interesting. It's almost 2026 and the Hackintosh scene is not dead. In fact, it's more refined, more accessible, and honestly more worth it than ever, especially if you know which laptops to go for. And that's exactly what we are covering today. Now I know some of you are thinking, isn't Apple moving away from Intel? Isn't Hackintosh dying? Well, yes and no. Here's the reality. There is still a massive community of creators, developers, and power users who need macOS but don't want to spend 3 grand on a MacBook Pro. And with the right laptop and a solid EFI configuration, you can get a near native macOS experience for literally half the price, sometimes even less. It sounds simple, but here's where most people mess up. They grab any random laptop, spend weeks troubleshooting, and end up with a janky system that kernel panics every time they plug in a USB-C device. Not fun, not productive, and definitely not what we are talking about on this channel. Today, I'm breaking down the top 7 EFI-ready Hackintosh laptops for 2026. These aren't just theoretical picks. These are machines with proven OpenCore configurations, active community support, and the kind of compatibility that actually makes Hackintoshing worth your time. From budget-friendly options to absolute beasts under 2 grand, there's something here for every use case. Plus, I'm dropping links to EFI repos, communities, and resources that will save you days of troubleshooting. Let's get into it. Before I get into the list, here's what EFI ready actually mean. 3 things. 1. There's a proven OpenCore EFI configuration already available on GitHub. Someone's already done the work, tested it, and it's stable. 2. The hardware is fundamentally compatible. We are talking Intel CPUs that macOS recognizes, Wi-Fi that works with proper kexts, and GPUs that don't cause kernel panics. And 3. Active community support. When something breaks, there are people who have already fixed it and documented the solution. In 2026, if you are buying a Hackintosh laptop without checking these 3 boxes, you are asking for pain, and the laptops I'm showing you today all check every single box. Alright, let's get into the actual picks. Starting with number 7. The Lenovo ThinkPad T14 Gen 3 with Intel processors. This is the modern evolution of ThinkPad reliability. 12th Gen Intel Core i5 or i7, up to 32GB of RAM, excellent build quality, and that legendary ThinkPad keyboard that makes typing actually enjoyable. But this is why it's great for Hackintosh. It has multiple EFI configs on GitHub, strong community support, and about 90 to 92% hardware compatibility out of the box. Intel Wi-Fi works with proper kexts, audio patches cleanly, trackpad supports full gestures, and sleep or wake is reliable. Currently priced at around $700 to $900 refurbished, depending on specs. You are getting a solid professional machine that won't embarrass you in meetings and runs macOS like it was meant to. It is perfect for students, developers, and anyone wanting a reliable daily driver without breaking the bank. At number 6, we have HP EliteBook 840 G9. This is HP's premium business line, and the G9 generation with 12th Gen Intel is a Hackintosh sweet spot. Core i5 or i7, up to 64GB of RAM, gorgeous 1080p or 1400p display options, and build quality that genuinely rivals MacBooks. The EFI situation is solid, and they are actively maintained configs, and the community around EliteBook Hackintoshes is surprisingly strong. Compatibility sits around 88 to 90%, which means most features work with minimal tweaking. Intel Wi-Fi requires proper kext, but works well. Audio needs Apple ALC patching. Trackpad is excellent with precision gestures, and the 1400p display option gives you that extra real estate without the battery heat of 4K. Currently priced at around $800 to $1,100 refurbished. If you want something that looks professional and feels premium without the Apple tax, this is it. At number 5, we've got Dell Precision 5560. And this is where we start getting serious about performance. This is Dell's mobile workstation with 11th Gen Intel Core or Xeon processors, up to 64GB of RAM, and display options that include a 4K OLED panel with 100% DCI-P3 coverage. If color accuracy matters, this display delivers. EFI configs are available and well documented. You are looking at 85 to 88% compatibility, which is excellent for a workstation class machine. Intel Wi-Fi works, audio patches correctly, and the trackpad is surprisingly good for a Dell. The NVIDIA GPU options won't work in macOS, so you want models with Intel Iris Xe integrated graphics only. But for video editing, photo work, creative tasks, the integrated graphics handle it fine. The price range is around $1,000 to $1,400 for refurbished systems, and you are getting genuine workstation power with incredible display and professional build quality. It is perfect for creatives who need color accuracy and performance. At number 4, we've got Lenovo ThinkPad P1 Gen 4. The P1 Gen 4 is basically everything great about ThinkPads, but with mobile workstation performance, 11 Gen Intel Core, up to i9, up to 64GB of RAM, multiple display options including 4K with 600 nits brightness, and thermals that actually lets the CPU breathe. Some configurations come with NVIDIA graphics. Avoid those. You want Intel integrated, no dedicated GPUs. The integrated Iris Xe is powerful enough for most professional work anyway. For a refurbished set, you can get them for around $1,200 to $1,700. Yes, it is expensive, but you are getting ThinkPad's durability, excellent community support, and performance that rivals actual MacBook Pros. Alright, now let's get into the heavy hitters, the best 3 in the list. Starting with number 3, the ASUS ZenBook 14 UX 3402, and this is where style meets substance. ASUS doesn't get enough credit in Hackintosh circles, but the ZenBook 14 with 12th Gen Intel is legitimately impressive. It has Core i5, 16GB of RAM, and a 2.8K OLED display with 90Hz refresh rate and 100% DCI-P3 color coverage. This display is stunning. Perfect blacks, infinite contrast, colors that pop, and the 90Hz refresh rate makes everything feels incredibly smooth. For photo editing and content creation, this is reference quality in a 14-inch form factor. EFI support is growing fast. There are solid configs available and active community. Compatibility sits around 84 to 90%. Intel Wi-Fi works well with text, audio patches cleanly, and the numpad, the touchpad that doubles as a numpad. It actually functions in macOS with proper configuration. Battery life is excellent at around 7 hours of real use. The chassis is incredibly thin and light, under 3 pounds, making it genuinely portable, and the build quality feels premium with an all-aluminum unibody design. At around $900 to $1,200, depending on configuration, the ZenBook 14 delivers. It's perfect for creatives who prioritize portability and display quality. At number 2, we've got HP ZBook Firefly 14 G9, the compact powerhouse. The Firefly 14 is HP's answer to what if we made a workstation that's actually portable. 12th Gen Intel Core up to i7, 32GB worth of RAM, ISV certification for professional software, and a 14-inch form factor that doesn't sacrifice performance. Display options include a 1080p IPS panel or a 1920 by 1200 higher density option with excellent color accuracy. Both are factory calibrated and genuinely suitable for professional work. Not OLED though, but reliable and color accurate. EFI configs are available and well maintained. The ZBook community is active because these machines are popular with professionals who need macOS. Compatibility is at around 90 to 92% with excellent sleep or weak reliability and proper power management. Intel Wi-Fi works perfectly with text. Audio is flawless after patching. Thunderbolt 4 support is solid for external display and docking stations. You've got a comprehensive set of ports: USB-A, HDMI, Thunderbolt, headphone jack, even an SD card reader. Battery life is outstanding for a workstation, 7 to 8 hours of real productivity work, and the build quality is bomb-proof with MLI STD 10H certification. Current pricing starts at around $1,100 to $1,500, and you are getting professional grade reliability excellent compatibility, and a machine that will last for years. This is for professionals who need portability without compromising on power or build quality. And at number 1, we've got the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 10. This is it, the absolute best Hackintosh laptop you can buy in 2026. Here's why. The X1 Carbon Gen 10 represents peak ThinkPad evolution. 12 Gen Intel Core up to i7 1280p. That's 14 cores with hybrid architecture that macOS handles beautifully. Up to 32GB of LPDDR5 RAM, lightning fast NVMe storage, and a chassis that weighs just 2.48 pounds but feels indestructible. Display options are incredible. You get 1080p for battery life, 2.2K for clarity, and a 2.8K OLED option with 100% DCI-P3 and HDR. And that OLED panel, it's the same quality you would find in premium MacBooks, genuinely reference grade. But here's what makes the X1 Carbon Gen 10 truly special: the EFI maturity and community support. This machine has become the gold standard for Hackintosh laptops. Multiple proven OpenCore configs, constantly updated for the latest macOS versions, detailed guides, active Discord community. The infrastructure is unmatched. Compatibility wise, we are hitting 93 to 96% depending on configuration. Intel Wi-Fi 6E works flawlessly with proper keys and you get native level performance. Bluetooth is stable. Audio through speakers and headphones is perfect. The track point and precision touchpad both work with full gesture support. Sleep and wake are rock solid reliable. Battery percentage is accurate. Power management actually works correctly, giving you 8 to 10 hours of real-world use on the 1080p model and 6 to 8 hours on the OLED model. You can get one for around $1,300 to $1,900 for the refurbished set, depending on the specs and condition. The OLED models go for a premium, but they are worth it. This is the laptop I would recommend to anyone who says, I want Hackintosh that does everything, will last for years, and has bulletproof community support. It's the complete package, not the cheapest on the list, but it is the best. Alright, so we covered 7 modern Hackintosh laptops, all with 11th or 12th Gen Intel, all currently available and all with proven compatibility. Real talk though, Apple Silicon is here and it's the future. Intel macOS support won't last forever. We are probably looking at 3 to 5 more years of solid support, maybe less. Go into Hackintoshing with realistic expectations about longevity. But if you need macOS now and can't justify Apple's pricing, these laptops are absolutely viable. These are the resources you will need. OpenCore documentation, all links available in the descriptions. For laptop specific configs, search GitHub for your model plus OpenCore. Join r/Hackintosh on Reddit and a Discord server for the specific laptop model. That's where the real help can be found. When shopping, use eBay, corporate off-lease vendors like Arrow Direct, or local business liquidation sales. Always verify the exact CPU model and GPU configurations before buying. Not all units of the same model are configured identically. Hackintoshing takes patience and some technical skill, but the community is incredibly helpful. If this guide helped you, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. For EFI repos, communities and guides, links are in the description. Thanks for watching. I would love to see you in the next video. Until next time, bye bye.